There's always this issue, no matter what realm you're playing in. It doesn't even have to pertain to battery swapping, technology, anything in business. It's the issue of cost. While NIO's battery swapping technology is impressive, the price of their vehicles, and I'm talking about the NIO brand on its own, don't make it compelling for them to really scale battery swapping the way that they need to scale battery swapping to succeed. NIO's a high-end brand. So that's why the ONVO brand is so important. That's why the Firefly brand is so important. That's why all these strategic partnerships are so important. Because for battery swapping to become a viable technology, for NIO to have the standard, for NIO to reap the benefits like getting all the additional revenue from these other companies, yada, 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 etc., it was never going to happen with just the NIO brand on its own. Let's be honest. Let's be real. That's just the truth. And if they could overcome the challenges ahead, there's a good possibility, there's a good chance that we could see NIO leading the entire EV market. If you want to be a part of the conversation before it happens here on YouTube, click that link in the description to join the free Courtside Financial Discord. What's going on, everyone? My name's Obi, and welcome back to Courtside Financial, the podcast where we talk about business and technology. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about NIO, the innovative company that's been making headlines with their battery swapping technology and the strategic alliances that they've been building out over the past months, weeks, etc. As a NIO investor, I've been following this company closely, and let me tell you that the future looks bright, at least in my humble opinion. Today we'll discuss NIO's exciting ventures into the mass market with their sub-brands, ONVO and Firefly. We'll talk about how this plays into their battery swapping scheme and how it's set to revolutionize the market. So this is going to be an interesting episode. Make sure you hit the like button. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. We're trying to get to 10K subscribers before the year is over. If you could help us out with that, we'd be ever so grateful. Click the notification bell icon and leave a comment down below. All your engagement really does go a long way in helping out the channel. And so without further ado, let's get into today's episode. First off, let's talk about NIO's latest foray into the mass market. It's been confirmed that their ONVO brand will feature battery swapping. In fact, it's been seen. This is a significant move because it means that NIO is going to be trying to crack into the mass market. They're not just going to be sticking to their high-end lineup, which is NIO. They're making EVs more affordable and accessible to the greater market in China. The ONVO brand is set to be affordable, aiming to capture a larger market share by offering a reliable, affordable, convenient battery swapping option for people who want to get into EVs, but battery swapping is a deal breaker for them. NIO's Firefly brand, another exciting development priced around 100,000 yuan, is also going to be aimed at budget-conscious consumers who still want the benefits of electric vehicles without breaking the bank. Not confirmed whether Firefly will battery swap or not, at least to my knowledge. Correct me down in the comments if I'm wrong. But the introduction of these two brands marks a strategic pivot for the larger brand, the bigger name, the one that we're investing in, NIO. They're attempting to dominate the mass market in addition to the premium segment. Now let's dive into the concept of battery swapping, and at a high level, we're not going to go into all the details because there's a lot to talk about with battery swapping, which has already been done by myself on this channel. You can scroll through all the content that we've posted, but really just want to talk about why I'm optimistic about it from a high level. Basically, you could put this really simple. NIO has the best technology when it comes to battery swapping in the entire world and the most patents. Their battery swap alliance, quote unquote, has become increasingly popular, and for good reason. Battery swapping is quick, efficient, and solves the problem that most EV owners face, which is long charging times. And if you're thinking from a longer term, also another problem that they face is battery degradation. I can't speak today, but when you own the battery, you're actually responsible for the wear and tear that comes over time. Battery, one of the aspects of NIO is battery as a service. You can own the car, rent the battery, and if your battery is swappable anyway, it makes it not too hard for you to replace the battery. For example, if you buy a Tesla today, that battery is past its warranty period, it goes to crap, then you're on the hook for that. You have to go pay for another battery. We all know that the battery is the most expensive part of the car. But anyways, instead of waiting for long charging times, NIO owners, ONVO owners, people in the battery swap alliance eventually can just pull up to a NIO battery swapping station and swap out their battery in minutes, giving them access to a vehicle that has full battery capacity. NIO's already built a robust network of battery swapping stations across China, and they're continuously expanding. Recently, NIO signed a framework agreement with China FAW, bringing the total amount of members in the battery swapping alliance to 8 currently. These partnerships are crucial. They're helping NIO scale up their operations, reducing costs, and also making battery swapping more widespread. The current members of the battery swapping alliance include FAW Group, Dongfeng Motor Company, GAC Group, Changan Automobile, Great Wall Motor, Geely Auto, SAIC Motor, Cherry Automobile. All these alliances showcase NIO's commitment to collaborating with major players in the industry to further battery swapping and make it even more of a viable technology. The Chinese government has already chosen battery swapping as one of the preferred methods of refueling. So we've been on a run just talking about all this optimistic stuff, but it's not all smooth sailing. There are still some challenges that NIO has to address. Firstly is that the competition is fierce. State Grid, DD, and other competitors have their eye on the battery swapping market. It's not just NIO that's playing alone in this space, although I did say earlier that they're the best with the most patents, best in the world, by the way. That's an important part not to leave out. NIO needs to continue to stay ahead and not let these competitors close the gap by continuing to make these strategic partnerships and expanding their network of battery swapping stations. Secondly, there's always this issue, no matter what realm you're playing in, it doesn't even have to pertain to battery swapping, technology, anything in business, it's the issue of cost. While NIO's battery swapping technology is impressive, the price of their vehicles, and I'm talking about the NIO brand on its own, don't make it compelling for them to really scale battery swapping the way that they need to scale battery swapping to succeed. NIO's a high-end brand. So that's why the ONVO brand is so important. That's why the Firefly brand is so important. That's why all these strategic partnerships are so important. Because for battery swapping to become a viable technology, for NIO to have the standard, for NIO to reap the benefits like getting all the additional revenue from these other companies, yada, 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 etc., it was never going to happen with just the NIO brand on its own. Let's be honest. Let's be real. That's just the truth. So all these partnerships, the sub brands, they're all helping out NIO to make battery swapping more widespread. NIO's got to ensure that any vehicle, any company that partners with them on battery swapping is still giving the consumer these benefits without compromising on quality. That's a risk there. You don't want to have someone else's brand come into your battery swap station and cause a problem that ends up in the news, and then they blame NIO, and so that's just something to consider as well. Another aspect to consider is the technical routes within the industry. Like I said, you get a Tesla today, you're stuck with that battery for the remainder of the vehicle's lifetime. In the industry, there's an argument between battery body integration / battery body separation. And you can tell what side NIO sits on, what side of the coin NIO sits on. They sit on the battery body separation. Battery as a service emphasizes that. But Tesla and BYD, they don't like to separate the batteries. While battery swapping has its benefits, like I said, I've talked about this in several videos, integrating the battery, having the battery not be separate from the vehicle does have some benefits as well. If we're being objective, you can improve efficiency, you can reduce weight, potentially offering better range and performance. Although NIO is getting, the best range in the world with their semi-solid state battery, so I don't really think that's a concern. But that's the argument that comes from the other side, and I'd be remiss not to present that to you as well. NIO's strategic approach involves balancing these considerations while also positioning one of their key selling aspects, which is battery swapping. And to that point, they've been successful in forming various alliances with different car manufacturers. It seems like, especially over the last 12 months, we're getting more and more deals, and there's definitely more to come. This doesn't only help with sharing costs, but it also helps in starting to create that standardized system, which could eventually become the norm in the industry. And what do you think is going to happen to the share price of NIO if they're successful in these endeavors? I'll leave that up to your imagination. Looking ahead, NIO's biggest challenge will be scaling their battery swap stations to meet the current demand. Currently, NIO operates over 3,800 battery swapping stations, but with the market for battery swapping expected to surge, they'll need to continue increasing this number to maintain their leadership position in the market. One thing's clear, NIO's at a critical juncture. Their ventures into the mass market with the ONVO and Firefly brand, coupled with their battery swapping technology and strategic partnerships, position them well to capture a significant portion of the overall EV market. However, they need to continue innovating and expanding to stay ahead of the competition. So there you have it, folks. NIO is not just a player in the high-end EV market, but is also making moves to be able to capture the mass market with its affordable and innovative solutions. Battery swap technology, that's a game changer, hands down. And if they could overcome the challenges ahead, there's a good possibility, there's a good chance that we could see NIO leading the entire EV market. Thanks for tuning into this episode of Courtside Financial. My name's Obi. I hope you guys liked this installment. I hope you had a good long holiday with Memorial Day being yesterday. Anyways, make sure you hit the like button if you found this insightful, entertaining. Make sure you hit the like button if you found this video informative, insightful, helpful, useful, at the very least entertaining. Click the notification bell icon so you don't miss out on any new content that comes out. Leave a comment down below. We like to hear your thoughts, and we'll catch you in the next installment. Thanks for watching.